The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. A Leyte court has granted bail to self-confessed drug lord Kerwin Espinosa and 4 of his co-accused in a drug case. The Baybay Regional Trial Court explained that it granted bail on the back of the prosecution's failure to prove strong evidence of guilt. Espinosa and 4 others were earlier charged with a violation of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act. Espinosa still has 2 pending non-bailable cases before a regional court in Manila, also involving drugs and the illegal possession of firearms. And 3 respondents in the remaining drug charge against former Senator Laila De Lima have asked the judge to inhibit himself from the case. These are De Lima's former aides, Ronnie Dayan and Jonel Sanchez, and former Bureau of Corrections Chief Franklin Bukayo. Dayan argued that Judge Romeo Buenaventura is the brother of attorney Emmanuel Buenaventura, who was supposedly a counsel to the late Congressman Reynaldo Umali. Dayan claims to have been coerced by Umali and his lawyer into executing a sworn affidavit against De Lima back in 2016. Umali was the Justice Committee chairman when the House launched an inquiry into the former senator's alleged drug links. Dayan has since recanted his testimony against De Lima and is now accusing the judge of gross negligence for failing to declare his affinity with Umali's lawyer. It was Judge Buenaventura who rejected De Lima's petition for bail. De Lima has since appealed this, saying that the Muntinlupa court committed, quote, grave but reversible errors when it failed to grant bail based on humanitarian grounds. And it looks like the land dispute between Makati and Taguig is not over yet, at least for the 2 city mayors. Mian Los Baños with the full story.
In a manifestation filed before the Supreme Court, the Taguig City government said it wants to put an end to what they consider as fake news surrounding the controversy on the jurisdiction of certain key areas like the Bonifacio Global City and barangays such as Pembo, Sembo, and Comembo. Is it Taguig's or Makati's? Taguig Mayor Lani Cayetano filed an extremely urgent manifestation before the Supreme Court. The complaint stated that the city of Taguig manifests its grave concern over some information it had received over the past several days from what appears to be a barangay in a disputed area. The online post is said to be urging residents to continue the fight over the disputed areas. The manifestation also called out the post, insinuating that Makati Mayor Abby Binay allegedly talked to President Bongbong Marcos, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and Supreme Court Chief Justice Alexander Hesmundo, who promised to reopen the case on the land dispute over BGC. In the manifestation, the Taguig LGU called out the said online post, which it says is in line with a recent interview of Mayor Binay, who said that the fight for BGC is not yet over. The manifestation claims that in the said interview, Binay said that the Supreme Court has invited them for an oral argument on the said case. Cayetano said Binay gave the impression that she has insider information since Taguig hasn't commented on Makati's motion and it did not receive the supposed order.
Ito ay hindi namin binabaliwala at kinukuha namin ng pagkakataong ito upang hingin sa Supreme Court ang kanilang atensyon at ang kanilang pag-iimbestiga sa nasabing mga post at interview or statements ni Mayor Abby Binay.
In response to the controversy, Mayor Cayetano reiterated that the decision of the Supreme Court's 3rd Division has ruled with finality last April to quash the omnibus motion for reconsideration of the Makati LGU. The High Court also discarded the Makati LGU's move to appeal the said decision to the SCN Bank. The Supreme Court also made it clear that the said disputed areas are now under the jurisdiction of Taguig.
Napakalinaw ng desisyon ng Korte Suprema at ito'y dapat igalang. Final na ang desisyon ng Korte Suprema tungkol sa kasong ito.
Mayor Binay is now in London to attend the London Tech Week. But according to the city administrator of Makati, this was the first time that they have heard of a petition brought before the SC on the basis of social media posts, which they described as with dubious authorship, accuracy, and credibility. Attorney Claro Certeza said that the allegations against the President, the First Lady, and the court are also irresponsible. The city administrator adds that there are no right-thinking lawyers that would petition the High Court on the basis of these posts, yet the gig has chosen to do so. But they say that if the SC will formally ask the Makati LGU to comment on the matter, they will do so. Reporting for News 5, Mean Los Baños, we are One News.
More stories coming your way after this quick break. Stay with us here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. In the United States, former President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty for the unlawful keeping of security documents. Trump made this plea before Judge Jonathan Goodman at a federal court in Miami on Tuesday. The former president did not say much in the 47-minute long hearing and was allowed to leave court without conditions or travel restrictions. Judge Goodman ruled, though, that Trump is banned from communicating with potential witnesses. The case stems from allegations that Trump took sensitive papers with him when he left the White House. He reportedly stashed these documents at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Miami and his golf club in New Jersey. This sets up a legal battle that is likely to play out over the coming months as Trump campaigns to win back the presidency.
I think it's going great. I think it's a rigged deal here. We have a rigged country. We have a country that's corrupt. We have a country that's got no borders. We have a country that's got nothing but problems. We're a nation in decline, and then they do this stuff.
Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. President Bongbong Marcos condoles with the family of former Senator and AFP Chief Rodolfo Biazon. In a statement, Marcos Jr. praised Biazon's leadership and statesmanship, which earned him the deep respect of his colleagues and the public. Biazon will be laid to rest at the Libingan ng Mga Bayani on Tuesday, June 20. China's largest naval ship, the Qi Ji-Guang, has arrived in Manila for a 3-day port call. The ship will be open to the public starting June 16 and will leave on Saturday. The Chinese embassy said that the ship visited Vietnam, Thailand, and Brunei before docking in the Philippines. And the BRP Francisco Dagohoy has arrived in Pagasa Island to deliver livelihood equipment for fisherfolk. This is the first time that the vessel docked on the Philippine territory. On their way to Pag-asa, the ship's crew spotted one unidentified white vessel and 8 foreign fishing boats. And you may have never heard of Tekball, but the sports creators have big hopes for it and bringing it to the 2028 Olympics. But can sheer will and lots of money propel an unknown sport into the mainstream? The answer in this video from Bloomberg.
I look at this, I'm like, nope, can't do that.
Right. It's like the same thing with like the NFL.
Right.
You can't do what those guys are doing.
Yeah, you want to see legitimate athleticism.
Yeah.
And that is clearly on display here.
Clearly.
When you first encounter Tekball, it takes a minute to figure out what exactly this sport is.
Soccer ping pong.
Volleyball kind of too, because you have the 3 touches.
With some elements of martial arts.
And though it's a bit of a strange hybrid, the gameplay is gripping and skill levels of its top players, insane.
It is a great short attention span sport. And because it uses a soccer ball, we know soccer. Soccer's the most popular sport in the world.
If you need more endorsements, look no further than soccer royalty. Lionel Messi, Neymar, or David Beckham.
Yes! Come on!
As a result, the game's founders are hugely ambitious, given how relatively unknown the sport is.
No one knows what Tekball is. I hate to say that, but it's such a new sport.
This hasn't stopped the team behind it chasing a wild dream, the 2028 Olympics. Tekball's backers are impatient. Most sports take decades to develop, build a base, a following, and professionally. So, are Tekball's plans realistic or ridiculous? If you really want it, can you just magic a sport into the mainstream?
One News Now will be back at 5:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.